to regain respect. It's my objective to no longer be overlooked by the WWE Universe.
And I am the voice of the voiceless.
That is undisputed.
Hey, TBK here. Got a big story here. Welcome to the Locker Room of Wrestling News. We are back at the lockers for January 10th, 2024. This year is going off really wild. But this particular story here is Tony Khan is acting a fool again. Tony Khan jealousy for the WWE, but Jinder Mahal strikes back. Trade of tweets, trade of insults and exchanges. We are going to get right into it. We'll start from the top with Tony Khan. We'll see what Jinder Mahal said and the rest of everyone else, because there's several people involved within this, back and forth between Tony Khan and WWE. Now, with that being said, let's open it up and let's start from the top and continue on through. Get your spot, get your seat at the locker, because it's about to be some real gossip here. And as I always say, let's air the dirty laundry. Now, this is Tony Khan here. He criticizes WWE booking Jinder Mahal in world title match. He is definitely acting crazy again, y'all. Let's read the article, what it says. Now, this started from yesterday, but it's definitely been continuing on till then. Since then, Tony Khan targeted WWE booking in a pair of tweets. AEW CEO Tony Khan took Twitter on January 9th and highlighted that Hook, who recently called out world champion Samoa Joe's 28-1. He stated his logical challenge sparked online outrage. Then Tony Khan pointed to WWE's Jinder Mahal, who got a world title match despite losing every single match he's been in over the last year. Khan then questioned where the outrage was. Here's the tweet right here. A double standard. And he talks about Hook, the 28-1 career record. On winning streak, calls out champ. Then he talk about Jinder. Then he promotes the show AEW Dynamite, which is tonight on TBS. So he did this yesterday afternoon at 3:35 p.m. So he is not stopped there. Says another tweet. Khan responded to a post from the USA Network Twitter account and took a jab at the AEW CEO by asking what the cage match rating of a match between Mahal and Seth Rollins was. Khan wrote that USA is getting a moral win. It's one victory more than Jinder Mahal had in the last year. He sarcastically said that USA put AEW in their place by having Jinder Mahal in a big match. This is another tweet put out. A moral victory for USA's one win more than the world title challenger has had the past 364 days. It's been literally a full year since he won a match. You could really put AEW in our place by getting Jinder Mahal in a big match on your TV show. Do it more often. Then it says, replying to him, was cash match rating. This is wild. Tony Khan is really reaching with this, and he needs some help, and he needs to stop doing this. I see this is getting worse and worse with him. This is not the first time. He's recently done this with the Tuesday Night War. He sent crazy tweets there, but it's like Tony Khan's like a child who's vying and begging for attention because no one's paying attention to him. Now, what Tony Khan needs to focus on is why your talent is having all these plethora of injuries. You also need to talk about how, you had your former world champion, AEW world champion, MJF, injured while champion. All these moves that you're making don't make sense. You had that silly Continental Classic tournament that also didn't make sense. You had it for 3 titles. You had it for 3 titles. but the guy that won the tournament already held 2 of them. I don't get that at all. I mean, I don't get that. It doesn't make sense to me. But he has some nerve to be coming about the whole Jinder Mahal thing, and his stuff's not in order with his organization with AEW. You know, I mean, seriously, he needs to chill out with that. So I don't get that with him at all. You know, he needs to slow down this mess. I mean, it's ridiculous. You know, you're talking about, you know, about booking Jinder Mahal in a title match, but look at what's going on with you. This is ridiculous. He's really setting a bad example for his talent executives. But he's criticizing everything. Every time WWE is doing something, he's definitely always has something to say. He's looking all the way over there at what they're doing. He's not focusing on himself. So Tony Khan is getting worse and worse by the day. I feel like at one point it's going to eventually all crumble, and Tony Khan is just going to lose it. And he already has no control of the company. We can see that. But I definitely see that the company's just going to go under. I'm calling it right now, January 10th, 2024. AEW, if he does not have some order in there or get the right people around him, or he changes his mindset, the company's going to go under and it's going to crumble. Because every time you hear about AEW's controversy, whether it's the Tuesday Night War, him losing that, or whether it's the Chris Jericho allegation, or whether it's someone leaving the company, or somebody that wants to leave, or we have an injury, or why somebody's been off TV, or why someone's not getting enough promo time, and now you're getting mad because they're booking a title match. Now WWE and USA Network have left you alone. No one said anything to you, Tony Khan. Why are you reaching at this point? It's a world title match. So what? This is a world title match. I mean, it's Jinder Mahal versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. What is the big problem? You know, now I can see why Tony Khan's saying, why is he getting a shot at the title? And he's been losing, but Seth Rollins been checked for 227 days. You know, Seth needs another opponent. And I said this before, that maybe his title reign is dying down. Seth Rollins is a great competitor, but he's not a great champion. Now, I get what he may say, well, he didn't earn his way in a tournament or a contendership just to get the title, but Seth needs another competitor. He ended his feud with Drew McIntyre at day one, and also had a feud with him with Crown Jewel. He's faced off against Shinsuke Nakamura. He's faced off against plenty of people. So maybe he just needs a competitor. You know, we are in WrestleMania season. He needs to prepare for a Rumble, and then, of course, WrestleMania. So at least he had a championship for 227 days. Has it been the best championship reign, in my opinion? No. The Seth Rollins exaggerates about the whole, I'm a fighting champion. Yes, he exaggerates, but that's none of your business, Tony Khan. You got to worry about you and AEW. You got to worry about you. Don't worry about what else is going on. Don't worry about none of that. That has nothing to do with you. And I think you're just doing anything that you can to get attention, because no one's paying attention to AEW. You guys have not made noise, honestly, since CM Punk left the company. Since you released him. You haven't done anything since then. We know that Seth Rollins and Jinder Mahal, we know that match ain't going to be no 5-star match. We know that Seth Rollins is going to retain his championship. We know that Jinder Mahal, this is a one-off match. We are aware of that. But that's none of your business. Like I said, what's the problem with the world title match? You guys let me know in live chat and comment section. What is the problem with the title match? What is the issue with this? Seth Rollins is defending the title. That's the whole basis of him with the championship reign. Seth Rollins is a fighting champion. That's what he's doing. He's defending the title against any and all upcomers. A man had, I think, 53 defenses last year. So what's the issue? I don't get it, Tony Khan. He's defending his title like he's supposed to. There's no problem with that. None whatsoever. So why are you being so negative with that? It doesn't make any sense at all whatsoever. If that's what he's doing, that's what he's doing. He's defending his belt like he's supposed to. Why do you care what he's doing? I don't see the issue with the match. Yeah, we get the Jinder Mahal, then I earn his way through a championship tournament for like the United States title or a contendership match or a battle royal. We get all of that, but it shouldn't be a big deal to Tony Khan to make a fuss about it. It shouldn't be. Speaking of which, Tony, like I said, Seth Rollins has defended his title quite some time. He needs another opponent. Look at the world title defense he's had. Let's take it from here. He won the final. He defended against Damian Priest. That was his first defense. Then Braun Breaker, he went to NXT and did the NXT Gold Rush. Then with Finn Balor, he had a feud with him too. Money in the Bank. Again, SummerSlam. Shinsuke Nakamura, 2 matches, Payback and Fastlane. Then Drew McIntyre. Then he had a match against Sami Zayn back in November. Last month had a match against Jey Uso. And recently, Drew McIntyre, I stated before, on day 1. He had the title reign 228 days. What is the problem? So that's, since he won the belt, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 televised matches. Now, I know he had more defenses, but that was non-television, live events and such. But he's defending his belt like he's supposed to. I don't see what the big issue is. Like I said, Tony Khan, you are definitely reaching on this one. You're reaching more than usual. This is really crazy. Enough is enough at this point. Enough is enough. This needs to stop, Tony Khan, because everything you're doing is not working. You're just reaching on this one. He's defending the belt. He's being a champion. Now, he's had a last man standing match against Shinsuke Nakamura. He's done a lot. He's defended a lot. I would give Seth Rollins that. Since he won his title, he has done a lot. You can't get mad at him for that. I don't see what the issue is. That's what a champion's supposed to do. They're supposed to do that. They're supposed to win. They're supposed to defend the belt at any and all costs. Can't get mad at him about that. Let's think about it. He's won a title back at Night of Champions back in May, 228 days ago. So like I said, Seth Rollins needs another opponent. Now, his title reign's going to come to an end soon. But at least before it ends, he's defending against any and all upcomers to the best of his ability. But Tony Khan exaggerating like crazy about this. This doesn't make any sense at all, what he's doing. You're talking about Seth Rollins in his work in the Jinder Mahal match. Talk about Jinder Mahal mostly. Let's think about it for a moment. You're talking about someone that's pointless as far as, what he's doing as far as getting the title shot. But let's see what you're doing over there at AEW, since you're looking at WWE. Let's see what you're doing. Let's take the microscope off the Seth versus Jinder and then Seth's title reign, because they all tie together. Let's talk about what's going on with you. Eddie Kingston, he is the Continental Crown Champion. Now, he has 3 belts. He has the ROH belt, New Japan belt, and he has Continental Classic belt. Now, this was for a Triple Crown belt. But he had 2 of these belts already. But he was in the tournament, and he started from the bottom, and he won that. What sense does that make, since you want to talk about the world title match between Jinder and Seth? He The finals match was Gold League winner John versus Blue Eddie Kingston. And he is the first ever Continental Crown champion. And the crowd said the referee handed 3 belts to Kingston, crown champ. You deserve it. That don't make sense to me. What you're doing over there, because Eddie Kingston is the Continental Crown champion, but 3 belts or 2 he already had, and then you even had him enter the tournament. So that don't make sense to me at all. What are you doing with that? You want to talk about Jinder Mahal? It's stuff AEW does that don't make sense to me. And that whole tournament was dumb. Didn't make no sense to me. You guys, you let me know what you think of that tournament and what Tony Khan's doing. But this don't make any sense what you're doing. You're being kind of a hypocrite, Tony Khan. Why don't you focus on this little silly tournament that you just ended? And did the whole thing with Eddie Kingston, who I do like as a competitor, does it make sense for him winning 3 belts and 2 he already had? How does this boost his career? How does this make him a real legit champion? Does this really do anything for him winning 3 belts? 3 belts that he already had. He's an AEW employee, if I'm not mistaken. The 3 belts he's holding, 2 of them are not even AEW branded. ROH is Ring of Honor title, right? That's not AEW. New Japan Pro Wrestling, that's not AEW, right? The only title you are holding is the Continental Classic, which is AEW belt. You're holding belts that don't even belong to AEW. They're affiliated with AEW. There's a difference with that. So that needs to stop, Tony Khan. I just wanted to point that out since he was talking about people getting a world title match. Let's talk about a guy that was in a tournament and held 2 to 3 belts. That right there doesn't make no sense for the life of me. But like I said, we're going to switch gears, go back to the main story, and we're going to see what's going on because there's more to this story. It's far from over. So let's see. Now, Jinder Mahal has strike back with what's going on. He has responded, but he's deleted the tweet. So let's see. Let's see what's going on right here. It says right here, Jinder Mahal deletes tweet asking about Hook's identity amid Tony Khan's meltdown. Yeah, you're right about that. He definitely had a meltdown. Let's see what Mr. Jinder Mahal got to say. The recent exchange of tweets involving Jinder Mahal, Tony Khan, and others created quite a stir on social media. Jinder Mahal initially responded to Tony Khan's remarks. Let's see what it says here. And this is what he's talking about. He reacts to Tony Khan dragging him into his latest Twitter rant. Let's see. Let's see what Jinder Mahal's replied back. But Jinder Mahal replied back, already read what Tony Khan said, but it wasn't in the way anyone expected while asking a simple question. He also plugged WWE Raw January 15th episode. He said, who the F is Hook? Watch Monday Night Raw on USA Network Monday. And it said a tweet for Jinder Mahal also snapped a 2-year silent streak on Twitter. See, Jinder minds his own business. He don't try to stir up trouble like Tony Khan does. It's not like this was enough to elicit a response from him. Yeah, because Jinder didn't do nothing to nobody. And of course, it says here Jinder Mahal and Seth Rollins, I said, to battle each other on Raw, January 15th episode. The match for the World Heavyweight title is getting extra attention thanks to AEW president. That's what I'm saying. Tony Khan is dumb. All he doing is hyping up this match, and he's making more people want to watch it. You're trying to bring WWE down, but you're bringing them up. You're rising them up. Every time he does this, we have to wonder if the cage match rate will be stellar as well. It probably will be thanks to Tony Khan. Now let's see what else happened since then. Yeah, but Tony Khan, he's doing way too much. And this is the tweet right here. Who the F is Hook? And that's his response to it. But that is wild. That's very, very wild that Tony Khan is doing this. He's hurting himself in that company. Like I said, he's setting a bad example. Very bad example. Doesn't make any sense what he's doing. Like I said, he has a history of this. Now it's good. This match is definitely going to be hyped, and I believe that. And I think not only it's going to be hyped, the viewership is going to be high for this episode. And during this match, it may be one of the best episodes kicking off the year because of what he did. I think it's going to be a very good one. Thanks to Tony Khan. I think the Raw viewership for January 15th will rise. Thanks to Mr. Tony Khan blowing himself up and making WWE look good. That's why everybody in WWE is laughing at him and clowning him backstage. So, like I said, you guys let me know so far, what do you think of this whole story? Because this is going to get wild. We got some more in the lockers. It's not over yet with the locker room. We got some more coming. There's been some more response to this stuff going on. But I will go into explanation into Jinder Mahal's question that he asked on X, formerly known as Twitter. Let's see what he means. Now, Mr. Jinder Mahal, the modern day Maharaja, he said that he said, who the F is Hook? Who is he? And for those who don't know, let's answer that question. Who is Hook? This is Hook, for guys you don't know. His real name is Tyler Cole Sinitria, born January 4th, 1999. He's an American professional wrestler, better known as the ring name Hook. Currently signed to All Elite Wrestling, where he is the current FTW champion, a title established by his father, Taz, in his record title reign. And yes, Taz, the legendary wrestler Taz from ECW, that's his father, and he's holding the FTW belt. But let's get back to reading biography about Hook. And he's been with AEW for 2020 to now. So he's 6 feet, 202 pounds. His debut was December 8, 2021. And of course, that's his father right there. That's his dad, real life dad. He made his first appearance as a heel. Lined himself with Taz, part of Team Taz, consists of Brian Cage, Ricky Starks, and Powerhouse Hobbs. So that was Team Taz. And he made his professional wrestler debut December 8, 2021 against Fuego del Sol on the episode of AEW Rampage. Which 2 days later, he won a match by submission with a half Nelson choke called Red One. So that's him, 24 years old, been with AEW since 2020, current FTW champion, that was established by his dad Taz. That is Hook. But seriously, if you weren't a wrestling fan or don't follow wrestling, you wouldn't know who Hook is because he's not popular. So I see what Jinder Mahal means. You wouldn't know who he is at all by any means. Who is Hook? What does he do? But I recently got some more information on this. Now that's Hook. That's who he is. That's who people referring to. But that's not the end of this story. There's some more to this that I'm going to get into right now. Not only that's speaking of Hook, you know, his dad, Taz, he responded to what Jinder Mahal said. So let's see what he has to say. This is, of course, let's show him again. His dad, Taz. But he did respond to that. So let's see what's going on to see what he said regarding this. This is wild. This is really getting crazy up in here. Let's see the reaction to what he has. I'll be pulling that up in a second. But let's see. I mean, this is just getting wild. It's getting wild what's going on here. That's all I gotta say. It's getting worse and worse. Worse and worse and worse. Just every time you look over AEW, they're doing silly stuff. Just silly stuff. But like I said, he's this whole thing that Tony Khan has started, he has definitely sparked up everything, not just from his company, but everybody else as well. He's just sparking up everything. Stuff that he don't even have to do. But let's see what Taz had to say about this. All right, here's the story here. Jinder Mahal's question about Hook sparks response from Taz. Now this is today. This just happened recently. In a surprise turn of events on Tuesday evening, Tony Khan, of course, asked booking decisions. And of course, Jinder Mahal decided to respond, and he has said who is Hook. Now, Taz. The interaction not only added fuel to ongoing discussions surrounding Hook's rapid ascent in AEW. But Taz, he put on his tweet, Hook. So that's wow. Let's see what else he had to say. However, in the social media stage took an interesting turn when Taz, a well-known figure in the wrestling world and father of Hook, decided to enter the fray. Taz, quote, tweeted Jinder Mahal's response was sucked it, a straightforward answer, simply stating Hook. So he said Hook, all caps, because that's how you say his name, Hook. And this was tweeted yesterday. So it says the wrestling world continues to evolve. Social media platforms have become a battleground for the wrestling community, with fans and industry figures often engaged in lively debates and discussions about various aspects of the sport. So I guess now Taz got in the middle of this. That's wild that he just said Hook. Now it started all from Tony Khan criticizing the World Championship match between Jinder and Seth. And it led to Jinder asking questions about who is Hook. What does he do? And now we're here. Taz responded. So this is going to bring a lot of publicity towards Raw for Monday night, and definitely the world title match. I wouldn't be surprised too for the world title match that they add stipulation to the match just to get the viewership up. They might even go as far as doing that. But Tony Khan, you have started all of this trouble, and it shows that you have a history of doing this, all because of you being mad about one thing. That's all this is about. Like I said before, history follows you of what you do. You have an issue of doing this, and it doesn't make any sense. Like I said, you've been reaching for months now. Remember, if you guys remember the Tuesday Night War. Remember when he lost the Tuesday Night War, he went on Twitter then. This is back in October 13th he did this. And he had a tweet here. Remember, he put this tweet out. And he was talking about, I think he was talking about HBK and Shawn Michaels. Bald asshole he put on the door. Then he sent a message for him. See you tonight on special Tuesday Night Dynamite, title fight Tuesday. And then he said the first 30 commercial minutes free, but you lost the rating. Then he said after that night, this week, 2 active decades-long reign streaks from 2 great legends were ended with all due respect until this week's head-to-head AEW on TBS versus WWE USA. Neither John Cena nor Undertaker have ever been on a WWE show under 1 million views. Plus under 400K to demo. Doesn't matter, Tony Khan. It doesn't matter. What does matter is they beat you. Let's not forget, 921,000 views that NXT garnered. And this is a developmental show. And they beat you, AEW, your main show, Dynamite 609,000. Like I said, you had a hit. Tony Khan's had a history of just going off the radar and losing his mind. He's had a bad history of this, and he needs to stop. He just needs to stop, though. This is sad, unfortunately. Also, check me on Rumble as well. Also covering this on Rumble, forgot to mention earlier, but yeah, this is terrible, though. Tony Khan, you're just making things worse and worse and worse. And it's only a matter of time where AEW just crumbles. And I believe that AEW, the way they keep doing this, the way they keep running this company, and I said this earlier, but I'm going to say it again and make it known, AEW will have no future. All this stuff going on, he will have no future. He's losing his mind. He's going off the radar. No future whatsoever. So Tony Khan, you need to get your affairs in order. And everybody sees it, not just the wrestlers, not just WWE people outside of WWE, people that are not even in the wrestling industry right now. They just podcasters. Everyone sees it, from Kevin Nash to Eric Bischoff to Booker T. Everybody, they see that you are crazy. You're doing anything you can to get attention. So this is it's not even funny at this point. It's just sad. But you guys let me know what you think of this situation of Tony Khan criticizing WWE booking on the Jinder Mahal and world title match. And this is all I have regarding Locker Room of Wrestling News, Locker Room for January 10th. Tony Khan jealousy for WWE, but Jinder strikes back. Soon 2 videos will pop up. Why senior employee really left company. Next video will be why former AEW champion took time off. Until then, it is OU